Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tim, and today I'm continuing my playthrough of Skies Above Britain. We're up to patrol number 4 of chapter 2. So let's get started. I've got all the outbound or inbound vector markers placed. Fuel is reset. All the fighters back in their squadron display. So I think we'll start off with our random random event roll. All right, let's see what we get. If we just keep rolling training flight, we won't have to worry about fatigue at all. And we got 11. Oh, cratered again. Yuck. Don't like that one. That's going to hurt because we got 2 guys in the bailout box and they won't be able to come back to us for this patrol. Or I guess they won't be able to come back, so they won't be able to be in the next patrol. They wouldn't have been able to be in this patrol anyway. Okay, cratered. Your aerodrome has been attacked. You must temporarily operate from a nearby aerodrome. Parts and replacements are delayed. So add 1 inbound vector marker to the raid track in the second inbound space. No pilot may return from the hospital this patrol, and pilots returning from the bailout box are delayed 1 patrol. So I guess they wouldn't have been. Now I'm confused. So we almost need a second area. So those are guys that just bailed out, which they wouldn't have been returning this turn. But if there were ones that had bailed out the previous patrol that would have returned this patrol, then they don't. I'm going to have to figure out how to keep track of that better. And no pilot may return from the hospital, so we can't roll for Kershaw and Childers, who are in the hospital. I don't know if this replacements are delayed, if that means we don't roll for replacements this patrol either. It doesn't say that, but maybe that's just thematically what they're speaking of, these specifics down here. All right, so we don't get we don't roll for our hospital guys, and we get an extra marker in spot number 2. So that's really the only effect on us. All right, now we need to assign our pilots. Before we do that, we need to figure out who's fatigued, if anybody. I guess nobody is, right? Because we had a training flight just before Patrol 3. So no one's flown 2 patrols in a row. So yeah, we're good there. No one's fatigued, so we shouldn't have a problem filling out our squadron. I think we need to promote some of these guys to section leader, though. I think we'll promote Grigsby over here since he's an ace. And we'll go ahead and let Jap continue to be section leader there. He's been doing a good job. So let's see. We've got these 2 guys. The thing is, though, too, we don't want to have too many guys that just flew. We might want to sit some of them down, because then we're going to have a whole bunch of people fatigued next time. We probably want to rotate in all of the guys that didn't fly, just so we can keep that going. So let's see. Well, we've got 4 green pilots, so we'll go ahead and assign 1 to each. Not as section leader, though. to each section. And then it looks like we'll only be able to sit one person down. We'll put white in over here, and we'll have these guys close to becoming aces. Looks like Timmons is only one bomber kill away from being an ace, so we'll leave him in. Hooley's he had to bail out, so we don't have to worry about him. He's got 3 bomber kills. No one else is really close to being an ace yet, so I don't think it matters a whole lot. You know what, why don't we go ahead and let Jap take a seat, and we will promote Upchurch to section leader since he's an ace, and we'll give him Irwin as his number 2. All right, let's go with that. So we've got Pertwee, who was green. I need to note that. Let's see, we're on patrol 4, right? Yeah. And we've got Upchurch. Mark that here, but we've got Irwin. We've got, who's our B now? Birtwistle, who is green. We got Rathbone. We got White. We've got Osgood, who is also green. We've got Timmons. Northcott. Oh wait, Northcott is a veteran now. He's flown 5 patrols. This will be his 6th, so let's flip him over. Then we've got Lethbridge Stewart, who is green. We've got Grigsby. And we've got Ellsworth. All right. Got everybody recorded. We are ready to get rolling. So, starting off with the reveal phase. Oh, wait. What am I doing? We still got to set up. Getting ahead of myself. So let's see where we will start. 8 is going to be middle. Look at that. We're not deep this time. Just hoping we don't get caught out of position like we did on the last patrol, though. We rushed all the way to the coast and then they went further inland. All right, for visibility, again, red die will be the visibility. 6, which is clear sun, just barely. And 8 is going to put the sun at starboard. Okay, now we're ready to start. So let's see what we got here. Turn point. So let's roll to see where the sun is now. And Odd is going to take it counterclockwise, so on the nose. And then we've got a flak 1. So, draw. damage marker. Place it hurricane side up. Hurricane side up. Ooh, that might take somebody out. Only needs a 9. And that's it. Then we have a tally-ho opportunity. So we can either move to an adjacent position or change altitude for, does cost us a fuel for that, right? Let's see, tally-ho, yep, spend a fuel, move the squadron or change altitude, or if the raid marker's on the track, you can perform contact, but only if high altitude. So I think we want to go high altitude, just so we have that possibility in case we get a raid marker and then another tally-ho before we get all the way through those. Okay. And then we go to the fuel step. So we spend another fuel. Contact, no. Raid marker's not out yet. So we go to the vector sequence. And I think now, so we can either change position or change altitude, or spend a fuel to do both. And I think we're just going to go over here to the coast. Hope that that first raid marker comes up in those next 3, or raid result comes up in those next 3 markers. All right, so we go back up to the reveal step. I just noticed they have that escort reaction sequence on here. That's nice. I was complaining about it not being on a player aid card, but it's on the board, so you're forgiven. All right, so back to the reveal phase of the raid vector sequence. Boom, there it is. So another turn point. Seven is odd again, so we're around to port now. And the raid marker comes out. It is clear visibility, so we roll to see where the escorts are. Oh, 1, terrible. We want high rolls for this. Both heavy, 109 high and 110 trailing. Let's hope we can come in from the nose then. Right, okay. And now we have to hope that we get either we don't have a second raid result, or if we do, we get a tally-ho opportunity first. Okay. Another turn point. Nice if it went back to the nose. Nope, going back to the tail. All right, and new trade. What does that do? If the raid marker is on the track, I think we get to see what the bombers are now, and then one of them gets isolated. Isolate the rearmost bomber tile. If no tiles in play, determine bomber type and place tiles, then isolate the rearmost tile. So we get an early look at our bomber formation. Again, red die for bomber type. Blue die for configuration. Ooh, we got Stukas. Nice. And 11. Unfortunately, it was only 5. But that's okay. So 5 Stukas in a flying V formation. So I'll get those set up and be right back. Okay, and then we isolate the rearmost. Doesn't really matter which one, so we'll just do this one here. Unfortunately, that's one less VP for us if we're able to catch them before they drop their bombs. All right, then our third tile. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, good. It's a straggler we will ignore. And now we can spend a fuel. And then contact, yes. So we are in the same zone and we're looking to get here because we want to come in nose high, I think, because that's going to be our best chance with these. See, if we come in on the nose, then those escorts in the high station, we only need a 6. And there's 110s in trailing. So yeah, 6 would be the worst. So we only need a 6 or higher. Actually, we come in nose low, it's even easier, but then we don't get disruptions on the first turn or the first round. So nose high would be ideal here. Now, the other thing I want to point out, and I did this, one of my viewers pointed out that I did this wrong in one of the early patrols. I think it was the patrol 2 of chapter 1 that I ended up replaying because I made some other horrendous mistakes. But one of them was that, oh, and also I used the wrong, I used the chapter 3 setup information for it too. So it was just it definitely needed to be thrown out. But one of the things I did wrong was I thought that this applied, and in here it's a lot more obvious. In the rule book, if you don't pay close attention to the little asterisk that's with it, you might think that it's available for any results. And so I think I rolled like a 3 or something, and I was like, well, I'm going to go in the sun instead, or out of the sun. But you can't do that unless you roll 10 or more. Okay, so we're hoping for 10 or more. We get a +1 modifier because we are high. So we just need a 9 or higher. And we could come in nose low, even if we get a 4 through 9. So that will be another alternative. Let's just hope we don't get 3 or less, which would be 2 or less. Okay, here we go. 8 becomes a 9. Just missed it. But we got flank low. We can spend a fuel. I mean, it's not as good. Nose low. Not quite as good because of the lack of disruption results. But I think that's still going to be better than, well, let's think about this. So flank high. We definitely don't want flank low, I don't think. Because then we're looking at needing an 11. And we have to spend an extra fuel. If we go flank high, we need a 10. The trailing, if we're able to suppress them, then we'd only need a 3. But I'd almost rather just send everybody at the bombers, take out as much as we can, and then get out of there. Because the last couple patrols, I've hung around for extra rounds, and it's just hasn't been worth it. To be quite honest. So, or we come in nose low, which again, we'll have to spend a fuel for that. So that would be a fuel to adjust and another fuel to come in nose low. We don't get disruptions on the first round. which hurts. And I was really hoping the sun would have stayed at the nose. But we do only need a 5 or higher to intercept. Wow. That's a tough choice. If we were coming out of the sun here, I would probably consider that. Yeah, I just hate having to send a section after these escorts, and then, I mean, we've gotten lucky the last couple times and we were able to suppress them, even reduce them, I think, once, but that's 3 fewer bombers in the bomber formation area that could be tearing stuff up. Yeah, I think we're gonna go the safer route and come in nose low. So we spend a fuel to adjust. Coming in nose low. And then that's it, basically, for the contact step or phase. All right, so that's going to jump us out of the raid vector sequence. We go to the interception sequence. Like I said, we're just going to give everyone a bomber's order. And so we go to the intercept phase. We resolve that bomber's order by making an interception check. So because we're attempting to intercept from nose low, we have to spend another fuel. And with, so we've got 109s in the high position and 110s in the station, and 110s in the trailing station. So since 5 is higher than 2, that's our number. We need a 5 or higher. We can spend a fuel to re-roll. We're not coming out of the sun, so we only get to roll 1 die. Come on, 5 or higher. Ooh. All right, spending that fuel. Yes. Oh, wow. I saw that 5 when it was spinning around. I was like, please stay on that. Don't tip over to the 1. All right, so we successfully intercept the bombers. We come off of the interception map. And all of our fighters can enter the bomber formation area coming in from the nose. Let's make a little room here. Let's think about what we want to do here. We can't disrupt on the first round, so I think maybe this was a blessing in disguise. I think we just send everybody after these. I mean, maybe not. I want to do 3 on each. I don't want to waste, quote unquote, fighters. Like, if they only need 3 hits to take down, so if we send 4 on each, that might be wasteful. But we might need them. It might not be wasteful. So, but I think I'll go ahead and at least get started on this tile with 1 section. We'll send everybody else after this tile, because we do have a second round where we could finish off anything we didn't kill here, and then hopefully disrupt as much as possible here. So let's just go after this lead guy on this one. Maybe we should spread it out because we don't want to destroy it. We just want to get a bunch of damage markers on here so that it's easier to disrupt in the second round. Let's do that. And then we should have the leader lead, right? Do this over here. All right. We need our light bomber deck. Oh, almost forgot. Flak. So that's interesting. I wonder if the flak should have gone on first and then we separate the back tile. Because, yeah, I think the flak should have probably happened as soon as the bomber tiles were laid out, and then from that new raid result, and then we isolate the back tile. So at the time, all of them would have been contiguous. So it could potentially be any of them. 11's too high. 11's too high. Wow, really? 3 11s in a row? There we go, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then which bomber? The one on the left. All right, so he's got a damage on the wing. Is it catastrophic? It is. Okay, well, that's one less we can kill. One fewer, sorry. And, okay, now we're good. Just like bomber deck shuffled up. And we can start going to town here. Some of my cards got backwards somehow. Let me get that sorted out here. There we go. Final cut, and we're ready to go. All right, so let's start up here with blue leader. We're on an isolated tile coming in from the nose. So he's going to fall out on a 2, which will happen, and take a damage. The damage is an engine, so he would have fallen out anyway. And let's get some Stukas here. So that one's fallen. These guys are now on it. Okay, that was all for him. Then blue 2. Lone bomber now. Oh, almost looked there, but nope, we're nose. Good. So another damage and low ammo. 2 is a veteran, so we could cancel that. Oh wait, he may not need it. If he gets another low ammo result, then we can cancel it. All right, then oh, and the damage. I don't want to forget that. Oh wait, my mistake. One engine is a destroy on a Stuka. So actually, who was that? Blue leader. Timmons got that kill. All right, I think that makes him an ace. Where's my roster? There it is. Timmons, yes indeed, that's his 5th bomber kill. So he will be an ace for the next patrol. That's the first kill of the patrol. Off to a rockin' start here. So actually all this card does is just low ammo on blue 2. And then we got to draw a card for blue 3. which, oh, actually, you know what? I did that wrong, actually, because you use the row that the previous one was on. So he was on this row, so it would actually be a return fire. So he's not low ammo, but he takes return fire. And it's a hit, which is an engine 4. Hopefully you can shake that off. And now we do blue 3, again still on the isolated tile row. You would have gotten a damage, but basically nothing happens. All right, now red leader. So we're on isolated tile coming in from the nose, distress on a 2, and jammed guns. So he will become a lone bomber. Actually, both of these will now. We can get rid of this. Lone bomber, lone bomber. And what else did I say? Jammed guns. All right, red 2. Lone bomber now from the nose. Man, I guess I should have sent everybody over here. Well, even with 4, it probably wouldn't have destroyed him. Well, we'll see what the last guy can go do. Maybe he'll get an engine hit. Just return fire for red 2. It is a hit, engine 5. And then red 3. And he just goes low ammo. Wow. So yeah, not getting very good results here on this one. Then let's show you one back. Next is green leader. Wow. Where's all the hits? Just a collision check. No collision. Green 2. Low ammo. Man. And green 3. I was thinking we'd have just return fire. Wow, look at that. All these, I guess, coming in from the nose on Stukas isn't that damaging. Because they have such a low profile or something, I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty awful. So return fire. Lost contact. Oh, hang on, can't they, what's one of the things they can do? Can't they cancel or is that an ace? It's only an ace that can do that, right? They can cancel green results. But yeah, only an ace can cancel like any, that lucky charm can cancel any icon. All right, so they go lost contact. We'll set them up over here. And move on to these guys. Remember, we can't get disruption results, so we're just looking to pile some markers on here, hopefully. All right, so yellow leader. We're up top now on the nose. There's one. Damage and return fire. And we wouldn't have had enough for that anyway, but we have to ignore it. So the damage is a fuselage, and the return fire is a hit, wing 6. Okay, then we got yellow 2. Again, ignoring that. hit and return fire, or damage and return fire. Hits are on us, damage is on them. A wing, and our return fire is a damage, fuselage 6. And lastly, yellow 3, just return fire. Hit elevator 7. So we have quite a few hit checks to resolve here. Everyone disengages. Slide those up there. Whoops. All right. So we'll start over here with this wing 6 off to the fate box for yellow leader. Elevator 7, trivial. Fuselage 6, trivial. Now I need to roll those 3 11s in a row. Engine 4, trivial. And engine 5, also trivial. Nice. Thought it was going to be a lot worse than that. Okay, so now we got to try to isolate these 4 tiles and hopefully take some bombers out as well. So to isolate all 4, we're going to have to go after this one and then either of these 2. Probably makes sense for this one since it's already got one on it. So I think we go here and then go after this first. So we don't have to put as many on here and then pile on that one there. We're going to come in from the flank this time. Don't want any delays. Let's go here with a couple. So probably 3. Here with a couple. Here with a couple. And let's put our jammed guy on this one. I want some backup over here. And let's do him like that. Yeah. All right. We'll start here with blue 3. Starboard now. So damage and low ammo. Engine, so that's going to be a kill. For blue 3 is piloted by Northcott. Blue 3 is Osgood, our rookie. So that's second bomber kill of the patrol. Osgood's first bomber kill. I have them down with 2 fighter kills, but this is their first patrol. So I'm pretty sure those were left over from Ox Spring. Sure didn't do that with anybody else. Yeah, Pertwee doesn't have a night patrol or 2 bomber kills either. Gotta remember to erase all this stuff too when I erase their name. Lethbridge Stewart does not have a training flight because he wasn't around yet. That was Lloyd. And everyone else looks okay. I believe Atkinson does actually have 2 escort kills and a bomber kill and a training flight. All right, I think we got that straight now. So Osgood credited with their bomber kill. And they also go low ammo. And do we have, was it this one? Yeah, 11 or more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yes, we do. So this is isolated, which is another point. And then we've got to draw a card for yellow 3. At the time it was here, so we have to use this row. We're coming in starboard, so they just go low ammo. All right. Oh, and actually that makes that a lone bomber now. We can get rid of this. Okay, now let's see if we can get these other 3 isolated. Red 2 up here on the starboard or port. Isolate on an 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Once we put the damage on, that'll be 11, unless it destroys them. So let's see what happens. It is a fuselage 12. Actually, kind of hoping for that to not be catastrophic here. It is not. So that gives us our 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that gives us 3 more victory points. Get these out from under here. This guy was jammed. And then red 2 becomes jammed as well. We got 3 more isolated Ketten. So our max points for that we could achieve. So now let's see if we can take all 3 of these down. Red 3. Isolated tile now, starboard or port. No hit there. It does drop him out though, so. And low ammo makes no ammo. Red 3 is not a veteran, so they will go no ammo. But this now drops out. And hopefully red leader can finish them off. Yes, if his guns don't jam. He does go low ammo. And we need an even. Yes. All right, so red leader, Upchurch, our ace, gets a, well, you know, I forgot about that. I could have used one of my veterans' pluck skill for the bomber interception, and I would not have had to used the fuel. All right, so Upchurch, you guys were probably yelling at me, I'm sure, at that point in the video. I just now realized it. So Upchurch has his 6th bomber kill, the 3rd for the patrol. That was this one. We forgot to put a fallen marker on there. Now it's destroyed. And yeah, we got his low ammo, so that's it for that one. Oh, these are all supposed to be back in there. Then I guess we'll go green 2 next. Isolated tile from starboard, so that's going to drop them out of formation. Green 2 goes low ammo, but he will use his that's white. He will use his veteran privilege to ignore that. We'll turn him sideways and gets a dorsal gunner hit, and it drops out, which means these are both lone bombers now. This one with the 2 damage on it. Just needs one more, which hopefully Green Leader can provide. All right. Oh, and I need another one that these guys are after now. Okay, I think I got that right. Green Leader, lone bomber, there it is. Another hit on the dorsal gunner, and he goes low ammo. So that was Green Leader, which is Rathbone. That's 4 bomber kills for the patrol, and that is Rathbone's 2nd. And we got yellow 2. Lone bomber, he just goes low ammo. Okay, we're going to need one of these other guys to get lucky then with an engine or cockpit hit. Blue 2, nope, dorsal gunner and low ammo. All right, it's up to you, Blue Leader. Okay, we have a chance. He goes low ammo. And we need a cockpit or engine. Come on. Fuselage. Oh, there's still a chance. Just need to roll a 12. No. All right. So we're at 8 points right now. I think we're going to settle for that and not risk leaving these guys out for another round. But before we do that, at least we got no return fire that time. Coming in on the flank is a lot safer than the nose. See if our bomber count matches up. We've destroyed 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, but one was destroyed. No. Was one destroyed by flak? I think there should actually be another. Did that come out right? We've we've destroyed 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, that's right. Must have forgot to put one out at some point. Or we killed another and I missed it, but I don't think so. But I'll double check and make sure. All right, so that ends the bomber, the second round through the bomber cycle, which was part of the entropy phase. Did the first round here in the intercept phase, then we dropped to the entropy phase, did our second round. Now it's time for escort reaction. Ruh-roh. Well, I went back and checked, and yes, there was a bomber destroyed by flak. So I was right with the bomber count here. All right, so escort reaction. Let's see what they're gonna do about us messing with their bombers. Okay. Wow, we got super lucky. So we don't have to worry about the clouds. There's no help from the high station or the trailing station. The high station is reduced and the trailing station moves to low. And that's it. No ambush. Wow. Now I'm having second thoughts about leaving this. Because we have a lot of pilots that still have ammo. All right, so let's see. That's going to take us to Chase. So our lost contact guy, either have him return to base, or you'd have him try to catch back up to the bomber formation. Since we have a heavy escort, it would actually be fairly easy, 5 or higher. But remember, we got to roll 2 dice and take the lower of the 2. And if we fail at all, he's getting jumped by escorts. So, let's see what we've got here. Everyone, except for Red 3, that's in the bomber formation has ammo. So I think we will go ahead and let him return. All right, that will take us to patrol complete. No fuel. Escort recovery. We didn't suppress anybody. Escort exit. Not yet. Channel patrol. No. Reform. Nothing to do. Raid vector. This goes to here. We reveal these two. There it is. They dropped their bombs. At least we won't have to worry about any flak or Messerschmitts messing with us. That puts them up to this turn space. And then we roll to see where the sun goes. Eight is even, and it is currently on the tail, so it goes to the nose. We just did a 180. Okay. I think that's all we got to do. Just double check. Make sure we're not forgetting anything. Bombers drop their ordnance, remove all inbound vector markers, move the radar, sun marker will die. Yeah. I guess the only other thing is we need to place our outbound markers now. We'll go, we're up on this track, so we need 4 of them. And 4. All right. These can go away. Okay, so that concludes the raid vector step. Swirl again. Nobody to give orders to. Nothing to do for intercept. So we're back to entropy. So now it's decision time. Do we send everybody back and settle for our 8 points? I don't know. With this many guys that still have ammo, I mean, obviously we send him back. But I think we want to try to take out some more, because we're talking about more than just 1 or 2 victory points here. We're talking about potentially 4. I think that's worth the risk. All right, so let's get everybody in position here. Come in from the other flank this time just to change it up. So we definitely want at least 1 there. We're gonna want 3. Let's hold off on our jammed guys. We'll use those for potentially for backup. So it looks like maybe we'll only go after 3 of these guys. So we're gonna want 3 on here. We're going to want 3 on here. You know what? Just for fun, let's see if Red 2 can get lucky over here. I mean, technically, we really only need 1 on there, right? Actually, maybe we send him as a backup there, and we'll see if Green Leader can get lucky with this one. Yeah, let's do that. These guys go in the right direction. Okay. Why don't we start here with yellow 3. Lone Bomber, starboard report, damage and low ammo. Now he is yellow 3, not a veteran, so he'll have to take the low ammo result. I think we'll actually be okay. I'll just take all of them. The other guys can save their, so they can, if they need to, they could use their pluck if they end up in a fate box. All right, so we need a damage here. Come on, engine or cockpit? Wing. All right, green 2. Dorsal gunner and return fire. Who's our aces? Upchurch and Grigsby. Upchurch has Bloodhound, so that's not going to help. So Grigsby, yellow leader. I might be able to use him to cancel a a result. Okay, so he's got a cockpit 7. It's up to Red Leader with his jammed guns. We need to reshuffle. All right. Boom. All right, we got it. If his guns don't jam, he does run out of ammo. Again, we'll save his veteran privilege if he still has it, just in case. All right, come on, we need even. Yes. All right, so Red Leader is Upchurch. Wow, that's his 7th bomber kill. I think it's his 2nd one this patrol. That's 5 bomber kills for the patrol. All right. Then next up we have Blue 3. Yep, got it. And low ammo. So he's out. Let's splash another one. Credit it to Blue 3, which is Osgood. I think that's his 2nd bomber kill this patrol, too. That makes 6. We're up to 10 points now. Just need one more escort kill for a point as well. Maybe in the reaction we might be able to get one. We still got to roll for, or not roll, but draw a card for Red 2 here. And just goes low ammo. I don't believe we get to roll because it says to ignore the damage result once the target's been destroyed, so I don't believe we get to roll to see if his guns unjam, which would be nice, but that's my understanding anyway. All right, moving on. Blue Leader. Oh, just gets a return fire. So someone here is going to have to get lucky. If we're going to get this bomber down, or this fighter, yeah, bomber down. He's got a hit, which is a cockpit 8. Yellow 3. No, 2. There we go. Dorsal gunner. Low ammo. Out. Dorsal gunner hit. All right, come on, Blue 2. Nope. Dorsal gunner, low ammo. Probably gonna have to let that one get away. And then we need our lucky shot from Green Leader. Nope, just return fire. Well, we got 2 of the 4. Hit and engine 6. Let's see if those 2 points were worth it. Disengage. All right, cockpit 7. No. Cockpit 8. Trivial. And engine 6. Trivial. All right, not too bad. So now, escort reaction. See if we can get as lucky as we did last time. I highly doubt it. Probably not very many of these cards that have nothing in the high station. Oh! Oh, and they moved to low, so we're getting 5. Yikes! Ignore that, not cloudy. They are going to go away at least, but yeah. So we're going to have 3 109s and 2 110s. And again, since these are coming from different sections, I think we resolve them. Like we see who's going to get the 3 109s, and then we kind of reset and then see who gets the 2 110s, because I think the same fighter could potentially get ones from each station. Let me just see if it says anything about that, just to be sure. I mean, it's not real clear. It says if a card icon appears in a station occupied by an unsuppressed escort station marker, draw a Luftwaffe advantage card. Blah, 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 blah. Starting with 109 escort station markers, immediately draw a Luftwaffe advantage card for each card icon and apply each card to one RAF fighter. Select RAF fighters randomly, unless one has a delay marker. Regardless of the number of icons, do not draw more cards than there are RAF fighters. But does that mean regardless of the number of card icons for that station? Or does it mean regardless of the number of card icons total that have stations that are occupied? That one I'm not sure of. I'm going to treat them as independent. So basically, like for example, if we only had 3, oh man, who had, is that on him? I think so. And I think he had no, not low. If, so just as an example, if there were only 3 fighters in the formation, I think we would still draw 3 for this one and then 2 for this one. But then if there were only 2 fighters in the formation, we'd only draw 2 from this one and then another 2 from this one. So basically they'd both get hit twice. That's the way I'm interpreting it. If you think that's wrong, let me know in the comments. Jerry, if you think that's wrong, let me know in the comments. But yeah, that's the way we're going to do it. All right, so our 3 109s, do those first. How many we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So anything above 8 will re-roll 3. So this one gets, okay, this won't apply. Tailed by a swarm. So slide these guys up out of the way for now. Tailed by a swarm of 109s. We're gonna have some 110s coming up, so I need to remember to use the right column for those guys, or row, whichever one it is. Okay, we got no ammo. We're being tailed. I think we'll evade. Single fighter 109s. Yeah, we'll choose this one. Turn would have been better. Well, no, because this card was on top. So yeah, we were getting that result no matter what. So they vanish, but we take a hit. It's a Cockpit 9. Fate box. All right, second one. 9's too big. 12's too big. 3. This is the 109, so it is not a heavy escort. Tailed by a Rota. We actually have some ammo, even though we're jammed. Let's try doing a turn, see if we can get a kill here. Nope. But they vanish, and the green guy takes a hit, which red 2 is not green. All of our 2s are veterans. Our 3s are green pilots, so they just vanish. No harm, no foul. And our third and final 109 dogfight. So it won't be him. So now we've just got 6 left, so we can divide by 2. It's going to be this one. Not 110s, so head on with the Rota. So no maneuvering here. Come on, let's get that kill. Head on, single fighter, yes. Gets the kill, they vanish, and we go low ammo. So credit green leader with an escort kill. That will be our 4th since the last time we got a point, so that'll be worth a point. And who did I say again? Green leader is Rathbone. It's his first escort kill. All right, then we've got 2 to resolve for 109s, and everyone's now eligible again. Sorry, I meant 110s. All right, first victim.
10 minutes, less than 10 minutes.
5. All right, he is getting in the sun. The escort station is not in the sun, so we don't get that. Tailed by a Rota of 110s. All right, let's I don't know if turning into 110s is a good idea. We got our escort kill that we needed for a point. Maybe we just try to evade. I think 110s are worse against our fighters, right? Okay, so either a hit or green pilot takes a hit. This is blue leader, definitely not green. So we will go with that, and we get an automatic reduction. We are now lost contact because it went more than one round. Actually, did any of those others go more than one round? I don't remember. I'll have to check that. Yeah, I think we just evade again. Definitely get rid of them. Unless there's a reinforcement. Yeah, we'll just take the vanish result. They are now lost contact. Let's see, we had the one that was head on, it was just a vanish. We had the first one that we evaded, and it was a vanish and a hit. Second one, I don't remember now. I'm gonna have to review the footage. We may have somebody else lost contact as well. All right, let's go ahead and resolve this last one. Let's see who it's going to be. Oops. Knocking everything over here. 10 will be this one. Just leave that evade close by because that's probably what he's going to do. All right. Oh, this is a heavy escort. So we've got head on and tailed by a rota. Okay, head on. We just got to see what we get. 110s. Did I use the right column on that other one? I didn't, did I? Dang it, even after I said it. I still looked over here. It's over here. So this was the second one, so yeah, reduction would have gotten rid of it. What was the first result? It should have been a hit or nothing. Maybe I did look at the right one here. No, I looked at that one too, I think. Anyway, so the first one would have been nothing. But then we got the automatic reduction, and then the second one would have been, I mean, either way, reduce or auto reduce would have gotten rid of it. Okay, so we were okay with that one. Okay, this one we are head on, lone fighter against 110s, so they vanish, but then reinforced with another set behind us. So now we got two rotas tailing us. And no, they don't combine to make a swarm. You just draw a separate card for each. So let's try evading the first one. Okay, and we're 110s. Yikes. 2 hits or 2 hits? Yeah, I'd say the 110s are... Of course, the turn would have been perfect here. Okay, so we take 2 hits from that one. Which means we now can't maneuver against the second one. Wing 6 and cockpit 9. For the second one, nothing. Okay, see if we survive these hit checks. Wing 6, yes, and cockpit 9, yes. Whew, did those in the right order. All right, but we are now lost contact. And we still have both of these guys on our tail. So I guess maybe we'll try a turn against this first one. Yeah, we don't have any ammo, but let's see what happens. Oh no, wouldn't have mattered. Holy cow. So this guy gets reduced. And if we'd evaded, he'd have gotten eliminated. But then we have two more show up head on. Now we don't do these until the next dogfight cycle because we've already gone past resolving head on. I don't know. I guess we try turning against this other guy too. Well, yeah, that one's reduced. I did that. Or actually, wait a minute. I forgot to. Yeah, he should have been reduced from the first evade, and then this reduce actually gets rid of him. That's right. Yeah, because we evaded the first time. Maybe we should evade this guy then, because it'll definitely get rid of him then. Yeah, let's do that. Let's evade. Oh no. This is like the never-ending dogfight. We either take 2 hits or green pilot takes a hit. Yellow 2 is not green. So I think we choose this. Auto reduction from the evade gets rid of him, but now we've got another Rota going head on at us. Never had a dogfight go this long before. All right, round 3, fight. This one, head on. Boom, boom. Vanishes, go low ammo, that doesn't matter. And then a collision check. Must be something if we end with a collision. All right, so he's gone. And then our next one, head on. You gotta be kidding me. It's getting comical. So they vanish, but then reinforcements show up on my tail. We will evade. Don't bother getting the marker. Ooh, all right, well, we choose this. So that reduces, and then the auto reduce from the evade. Finally over. We come out of it without a scratch. Maybe a little scratch, because we had 2 trivial hits, but we are now lost contact. All right, I'm going to make sure nobody else is supposed to be also lost contact, and then we will resume. Well, let me finish resolving this first, I guess. So we reduce the 109s here. Yeah, you notice it says that it's only reduced if it's a 109 in that spot. And then I believe the first one was that way too. Yeah. And then trailing would move to low, but it already did on the previous card. All right, so we'll resume here in a second. Okay, we're good. Nobody else went lost contact there from dogfighting. So we can continue. That was the reaction. So now we have chase. Our 2 lost contact fighters can RTB. And we still have all 4 colors out, so we still need all the fuel markers. All right, that concludes the entropy phase. We go to the patrol complete phase. It is not. So we spend another fuel and check for escort recovery. No one was suppressed. Escort exit. So 109s exit on a 9, 110s exit on an 11. So we only have the 110s left. So we'll roll for them. And we got an 11. So I believe since they're heavy, that just means they reduce. Let me confirm that real quick. Escort exit. Heavy escort becomes light, and if it's already light's removed from play. Yeah. All right. Then we have channel patrol. There's no green channel patrol number here, so we don't have to do that. And reform, nothing to do. So raid vector. Raid marker moves to here. We reveal this new trade. So we isolate the rearmost bomber tile, but they're all isolated, so nothing happens. All right, that'll take us to swirl again. We skip orders and intercept because no one's on the interception map. Entropy, we go to the bomber formation area. We have one guy with ammo. Do we want to risk leaving him out for one victory point? Win with jammed guns? I don't think so. So everyone's going home. Boom. So we have no bailout checks for the RTB folks. That means nothing for reaction, nothing for chase, patrol complete, yes. All right, so we've got 3 fate boxes that we need to resolve. Let's see, yellow leader has not used their veteran privilege yet. Blue 3 is not a veteran, but green 2 is, but they've already used their veteran privilege. So yellow leader is the only one that can use pluck if they need to. So they need a excuse me. They need a 9 or higher. They got a 6, so it won't be worth it to use it for that. So they crash. Now they need an 8 or higher. Bail out. They got a 5, which is hospital, and making it a 6 won't make a difference. So yellow leader, which is Grigsby, one of our aces, goes to the hospital. Then we've got green 2, piloted by our green pilot, Birtwistle. They roll a 3, which is going to be a crash. And a 3, whew, almost dead. So Birtwistle goes to the hospital. We're going to be hurting next patrol for pilots. And last but not least, we have, or sorry, that was green 2. That wasn't Birtwistle, that was white. Rather it been Birtwistle. So white goes to the hospital. And then blue 3 is Osgood. And they managed to land it. Nice. All right. No bailout checks for our RTB pilots. So that is everyone. We roll for replacements. And like I said at the beginning, I don't think the cratered event means that you don't get replacements, even though the description of it kind of makes it sound like you do. Parts and replacements are delayed, but then the only thing it says to do is add the inbound vector marker, and no pilot can return from the hospital, and pilots returning from the bailout box are delayed. It doesn't specifically say that, unless that's intended to mean replacements are delayed also. So again, if anyone knows the answer to that, let me know in the comments. I'm going to say that it doesn't mean that they're just kind of describing these effects. But if you disagree, let me know. And if Mr. White is watching, I'm sure you know the answer to that, so you could give us a definitive. All right, so we're going to assume we do get to roll for replacements. We are down 3, so we're in this 3 to 4 row. So we need an 11 or higher for 2 replacements, a 7 or higher for 1. And we didn't get any, so I guess the answer to the question is moot, at least for now. But it would be good to know for the future. All right, let's tally things up here. We have we got our 4th escort kill since the last time we scored that, so that's 1 point. We killed 6 bombers, so that's 7, and 4 isolated Keta, for a grand total of 11 victory points. No one bailed out. We had 2 go to the hospital, Grigsby and White, and no one was killed. So hopefully next patrol, they won't be able to go on next patrol, but hopefully we can get those 4 guys out of the hospital and not discharged, but actually return to duty. So looks like now we're sitting on 10, 13, 24 victory points. So we're getting pretty close to that success level. I think it was 30 or 31. Yeah, 31 is what we need for success. We're at 24. So 7 more points in the last 2 patrols will get us into that success area, which means we are eligible to win the campaign if we finish out the last 2 chapters without a disaster. As far as our pilot experience, let's see. We did have, did we have a new ace? Yeah, Timmons became an ace, so I'll have to choose his ace skill. We'll do that at the beginning of the next episode. And did we get any new veterans? So who are our greens right now? Lethbridge Stewart only has 1 patrol. Osgood only has 1 patrol. Birtwistle only has 1 patrol. And Pertwee only has 1 patrol. So, nope. Nowhere close to another veteran yet. Kershaw, what's he at? He's in the hospital right now, but he should be close. Oh, actually, he is a veteran. That last patrol that sent him to the hospital actually made him a veteran. So let's get him flipped over. So yeah, we have all either veterans or green. No regulars at this point. Okay, that's going to wrap things up for this episode of Skies Above Britain. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Leave me a comment if you saw anything I did wrong, or if you have some answers to those questions that came up. That would be great. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next episode.